is 6:45 exactly. The telecoms giant BT has announced that it is in exclusive talks to buy the UK's largest mobile phone operator, EE.
What's that mean then for customers and small shareholders, Steph? Can tell us more.
Yes, good morning to you both. Let me give you the details of BT's history and then we'll go into what it could mean. Morning, everyone. Yes, it's back to the future for BT. The company decided to get out of the mobile market in 2001 when it spun off its mobile business. You might remember it, BT Cellnet. Now it wants to move back into the mobile market and has been looking at two possible partners. The first is O2, which ironically is the BT Cellnet business with a new name. It was bought by the Spanish firm Telefonica in 2005. Late yesterday, BT announced that actually it wouldn't be doing a deal with O2. It wants to buy EE, which is jointly owned by Orange of France and Germany's Deutsche Telekom. Now, EE has 27 million customers in the UK, which makes it Britain's biggest mobile operator, and it will now begin several weeks of talks with BT over a deal worth an estimated £12.5 billion. Well, with me now is Matthew Howett, who's a telecoms expert at Ovum. Good morning to you, Matthew.
Good morning.
Why did BT want to get back into the mobile market?
Well, BT was a bit of an odd operator if you compare it with its peers in the rest of the world. Most of them have a mobile arm. Maybe it made sense back in, sort of 2001, 2005 when they sort of divested the mobile business. But I think if you think about the way that we use our phones has changed quite significantly over that time, it made sense for them to go shopping and look to try and get back that mobile capability. I think we were a bit surprised that they ended up going for EE rather than O2, given the sort of the cheaper price tag that was attached to O2. But if you think about the networks themselves, EE has spent a lot of money and have put a lot of effort into sort of becoming number one. And if you are going to go and get that capability, then it probably makes sense to get the best that you can.
So if this deal does go through, what does it mean for the other mobile companies and indeed for all the customers of EE and BT?
Well, I think we probably expect that it will get approved. I think there are probably a couple of concerns of the rivals around some of the competition aspects, and in particular the fact that BT actually sells some of its products to the other operators to make their network operations possible. So I think the regulators will look at that. But I think ultimately consumers probably can set to benefit. We all now consume a whole range of different telecom services, and probably by getting it from one provider, you can look to get a deal, and I suspect there'll be some innovative tariff type things happening there. For the other operators, it puts them in a bit of a difficult position. I think O2 is a little bit vulnerable as a result of this. They don't have perhaps as many of the airwaves that the joint combined BT and EE would have. And Hutchinson, the owners of Three, have announced that they're potentially interested in acquiring that business. Yeah. So I don't think the story's quite finished yet.
And what about for investors in these businesses? Will they be pleased?
I think they will. I think clearly the price tag is a high one, 12.5 billion. But if you remember, Telefonica was sold for I think 17.5 billion pounds back in 2005. So if you think about the quality of the business that they're buying into, it's a much stronger one, and one that I think they can be proud of.
Okay, Matthew, lovely to see you, and also your amazing hair.
Thank you very much.
Always a legend on the programme with your hair.
I did notice as well.
But it's not a hair-raising scenario.
Not quite.
All right, thanks very much.
Oh, thanks, mate.